Hello, this is a separate video, something different, a question that was sent to me from a viewer, thank you, back in November 26, 2012. And thank goodness I keep my emails and I actually wrote them down. She actually sent me quite a few, but I'm only doing one. But first let me tell you the preface. These are ideas that I've had as I've watched your videos or found myself energetically extra sensitive and feeling I'd much rather hide from the world than help it. Okay, I understand. And this question is staying in your heart. I'm probably going to be calling it living in your heart, but okay. Staying in your heart. How do we stay in our heart? Or do what our heart tells us to do? Is this a metaphor, analogy? Telling us to be loving? Or is it a method of literally putting our physical awareness to our heart area in order to live a balanced life and make good decisions that are in alignment with our soul? Yes, it's the second one. It is that. See, always tell people, live in the heart. Be in the heart, live in the heart. And that is truly where we have to come from. All right, so let's see what we got here. So I have a 6-card spread laid out. Okay. What is hitting me in my face issue is we really do have to, even though this isn't the question of, she has another question of seeing with spiritual eyes. We kind of get that here because here we are told to have look through spiritual eyes and take that type of view. I think that was the energy for, I'm thinking that was the energy for June 2013, I think. But we really, and this is with our mindset. If we're able, we need to look at where the person is coming from. And I had to do this with my friend. Once I met my friend's family, then I knew his past, and then I could see that the film is jumping, sorry about that. I knew where they were coming from, and I got a glimpse of how they were raised, and then I had more of an understanding. So we need to know where the person is coming from. How do they come to these conclusions? How do they come to the point where those words spit out of their mouth? And that it is coming from the mind and it's not coming from the heart. And there are times, even myself, when I know when I'm coming from my heart, love and compassion, and I know when I'm angry. And if I say something or send an email, an angry email, it's coming from my mind. It's not coming from my heart. So we really have to pull back. And it's best, if at all possible, not to have communication when we're like, angst. And that was part of the problem with my friend and the family, where they would not allow me time to take a step back and chill. They wanted a confrontation, and then they got upset over the confrontation. So that didn't really make very much logical sense to me. But hey, that's just me. Now, why would you force someone into having a conversation and then not like the answer? Shouldn't you respect the person's wishes and let them calm down first before having the conversation? And then it would be a conversation from the heart. It wouldn't be from the mind. It wouldn't be like, that's just me. To each his own. But anyway, we have to see how or where the person is coming from, their mindset. And by going into that person's energy, seeing life through their eyes, that really helps us. Okay. Now, we cannot be in a stance of, I have to protect myself from somebody. Let's put it that way. So how am I going to word this? By taking that spiritual eye or taking the different perspective and really understanding where the person is coming from, especially with their mindset, then we wouldn't feel we have to be on guard. or protecting ourselves. Realize that people do things because they are stressed out. A lot of times it has to do with money or their physical health. One of the three biggies that people freak out about, and I'm not going to say that I don't, is the physical health, money, and living situation. Those are the three biggies that people are sensitive about. And, I'm sensitive about them as well. And that's why I meditate my brains off to assist me with those issues. So we really have to see how that person is raised. Okay? Really look at who raised them and their energy. And that's a big clue. Okay? We should not take the stance of being on guard, of having to wear a suit of armor energetically. And we're to see where the person is coming from. So let's see what we got here. So staying in your heart or living in your heart, which is what I'm going to title this film, is basically seeing where the person is coming from or the situation, what has led up to it, seeing both sides of the story, not just yours or not just theirs, and making sure that you approach them or the situation with your heart. Now, what I personally do is when I'm like, I would actually meditate. If I can, I would meditate. I do guided meditations, and then that lowers my energy where I get rid of the angst. Okay? And then I raise my energy again to meet spirit halfway, co-creators with spirit, with the universe. And then I am coming from a higher perspective, my higher self, my guides. Then I am in my heart. And then that's the advice that I listen to. I listen in a voice, right? Listen within. And then that's what I act on. Okay? So you could do a meeting your spirit guided meditation. You could do the magical child meditation. That's for the inner child. I'm sure there's many others that you could utilize meditation-wise. I personally use a guided meditation because I just can't just go into nirvana. I mean, bless whoever can. The guided meditation has worked for me, has worked for my clients. That's why I recommend it. If you would be interested in in one of those two that I mentioned, meeting your spirit guide and or the magical child, which is the inner child, not bad. Just leave me an email at MediumTarotTV@AOL.com. Let me know and I'll send you the link. At this time of filming, which is October 2013, they are $7 to download each. Okay. Unless you get like a series of them, the single ones are $7. Okay. So we are to stay in our heart as much as possible. I mean, not everybody does, including myself. And when we find ourselves getting, that's not the best time to respond. That's when we got to take a step back and compose ourselves. And we all go there, including myself. All right, so let's see. I'm hoping that answered the question of staying in the heart or living in the heart. Not so much a metaphor or analogy. It's quite literal. It's talking to your heart. And we have to be in a calm, remember the personal Zen zone? Oh, we have to be in a calm state in order to listen to that. So yes, it was the second part that you said. Is it a method of literally putting our physical awareness to our heart area? Yes, in essence, yes. In order to live a balanced life and make good decisions that are in alignment with our soul. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So I'm hoping that answered the question, even though quite interesting spread that I got here. But I'm hoping that answered the question. All right, so I'd like to say thank you to that person who was sent in the question. I hope that answered your question, and I hope that helps others as well. All right, so until next time we connect, I guess if you have any questions or comments, the good, the bad, the wise, the good, the bad, the wise, and the wicked, just leave them below. Not bad. Leave them below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Namaste. Until next time we connect. Have a blessed day.